So today we're working on Agni Sara practice, which means building the fire in your belly practice, basically. It's helping with digestion, which can be a little bit slow this time of year, which is the kapha season. If you have a kapha type, you might feel a little bit more lethargic or having trouble kind of getting your focus and energy up. So Agni Sara practice is great for that. Agni means fire, so you're kind of building up the fire in your belly. So that can be good for any types. If you're Pitta and you already have a lot of fire in your belly, then you might want to do a little softer version of this practice. So we're going to start in crocodile pose, which we went over last week. So crocodile pose is on your belly. So helping you to feel that awareness of the breath in your belly. The legs are slightly parted and turned out. And we can just start with the head is on your hands. All right, I want to keep mine up so you can you hear. As you inhale, you're trying to feel your belly fill up towards the floor. And then initially on the exhale, you're just going to let the belly relax as you breathe out. The inhaling, feeling that filling up sensation. You're going to take a few breaths focusing on the sensation of your breath towards the floor. And then we'll take a few breaths focusing on the sensation of your breath into your back. Sort of feeling the back expand. And you don't have to touch it, I'm just doing to show you where I'm talking about. All right, and then we'll try to feel the breath into the side of the body. So you can take about 3 to 5 breaths trying to feel the breath again in the front of the body, the back of your body, and the side of your body. And then in Agni Sara, it's really about helping you to connect your belly, hugging it in. So here you have a nice spot to pull away from. So as you exhale, you're trying to hug the belly in. If you get like a little breath of air between your belly and the floor. And then as you inhale, you just let that fill back in. And you might notice as you hug the belly in that the back might lengthen a little bit. You don't want to feel like you're kind of trying to pull it up. It's just from the belly. Okay. So taking a couple of breaths there. Okay. And the next part that might feel a little bit odd is you're also going to try to pull in your pelvic floor and also a little bit the anal sphincter. So it's as if you had to go to the bathroom. You're going to give that a little bit of a hug in and then release. So that's your Ashwini Mudra and your Mula Bandha, which is just basically pelvic floor connection, which is your root lock, and also in the anus area. Which always feels a little awkward to talk about, but it is a part of helping to increase that fire and digestion, and also it's good pelvic floor health, which most of us need. All right, so you're just doing about 5 of those. Hugging in the pelvic floor, feeling a little bit, again, like you need to use the bathroom, but you can't find one, so you need that strength, and then releasing. Then you can bring your legs together and gently push yourself up, and we're going to come onto your back. I'm practicing a little bit more of that belly connection. So the gentlest way to come onto your back is to stack your hips and shoulders and roll onto your back. Okay. Get any hair stuff out of the way. So we'll take a few breaths here in the same way as you were doing when you were lying on your belly. So I'm going to move this hand out of the way. As you exhale, you're hugging the belly in towards your spine. We're not going to change the shape of your spine. As you inhale, you can feel the belly fill up. And then as you exhale, you can hug it back in. So you can place both hands on your low belly. And again, you can take about 5 breaths there. And then we'll add a little bit of a pelvic tilt to it. So as you exhale, you can hug in the belly, and then you're going to tilt the pelvis so the back becomes flat on the mat and that hug becomes a little deeper. And then as you inhale, you can release that. And you'll feel your spine will come back to neutral. You have a natural arch in your low back. And you exhale to hug in the belly, and as you continue to exhale, then I'm going to tip the pelvis and hug in a little deeper. And then inhaling to release that. Okay, and we're just going to do 3 more of those. So exhale to hug in your belly, and then hug it a little deeper, so a little bit of pelvic tilt, feeling some of that fire in the belly, and inhaling to release, exhaling to hug in the belly, then tip the pelvis, and then inhaling to release. I want to get a little bit in the upper abdominals too, so you can bring your hands to your ribs. I just feel them hug in as you breathe out. Inhale, try to feel them fill back up. And exhale to squeeze them in. And then we'll put that together. So you're going to exhale to hug in the belly. Hug it in a little deeper, hug in the ribs. And you can gently, as long as you don't have any neck problems, don't lift the head up. You can put the hands under the head. And then it'll return as you breathe in, lengthening your spine. Feel the pelvis release. And exhale to hug in the belly, tip the pelvis. And then hug in the ribs. And inhale into release. Right, then you can do a few of those. Again, maybe about 5. You can hug the knees in towards your chest. You're going to take a little rock side to side. And then we come into a little bit of a happy baby. So you can lift your feet up and hug your knees in towards your chest. And again, maybe this little rock side to side. And that may be your practice today. You're going to want to finish with some relaxation. So you're going to bring the feet down. You can let the legs rest out. Let the arms flop off to the side. And then just take a few moments to rest. So that's your practice today. You could hit pause and just continue to rest for a few moments until you feel ready to get up. If you'd like to do a little bit more today, then we'll go ahead and bend your knees. Roll to the side to gently press yourself up. Okay. And then we're going to come on to hands and knees. Okay. So it'll come into, again, a little bit of that sense of hugging in. You could put a blanket under your knees if you need a little more cushion for your knees. This is basically upside down, the pelvic tilt you were just doing. So it's cat and cow. So exhale to hug in the belly, hug in the rib cage, hug in the chest, and let the head drop. This is really a focus on hugging in there. And then you can inhale to release, releasing the belly, releasing the lower back, releasing the chest, and then lifting the head. Again, just to the point that your neck feels comfortable. So then exhale to hug in your belly, ribs, chest, letting the head drop. Inhaling to lift up your tail, feeling your belly let go. Ribs are letting go, chest is opening, and neck is lengthening. And then we'll do one more cat, hugging in your belly, your ribs, your chest, letting the head drop. Then we'll shift back a little bit towards your feet, just as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe inhale to lift your chest and gaze, hinging back up. And you're going to exhale to round back down. And inhaling to lengthen back up. And we'll do just one more here. Again, exhaling down. And then inhaling back up. Good. And then we'll come back onto your back. Okay. Again, you can roll gently to the side, coming back to your back. We're going to do a little bit of twisting, which also helps to get the digestive fire going. So you could step your feet out wide onto your mat, and you can just let your hands rest on the belly or by your side. As you exhale, you're going to let one knee drop to the center and the other one drop to the side. Let it inhale, back up, and exhale on the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling. Again, just as far as you're comfortable with your body, feeling an opening in the belly here. Using the strength in your belly to help lift your legs back up. And exhale, releasing to the side. You're going to breathe into the belly. And hug the belly in to bring your legs back up. I'm going to do one more each side. It'd be good to start with letting the legs drop towards your left side. And then we'll finish with your right side. coming back up. Take a little moment to feel the body center. And again, you could hug in. Hugging the thighs to be a little more gentle on your knees. This also helps to stimulate your digestion. Apanasana pose, you're hugging in and squeezing the belly. The inhale, you could open the belly back up and rock the pelvis a little bit like you were doing earlier in your pelvic tilts, a little bit natural space. And then exhale, again, hug in, back in. Now slowly release your legs, bring in one again to the edge of the mat, the other. Then go ahead and relax the legs. And again, we're back to another relaxation pose. So you can stay here for a few moments, feeling your body sinking into the mat. And the shoulders release. And noticing where your body feels supported by the floor. And just taking a few breaths to connect your mind to your breath. And just say the word in as you breathe in your mind, and out as you breathe out. Ready to finish, and wiggle fingers and toes. And bend one knee, and then the other, feeling your feet as you come back to the ground. Now take a gentle roll to your side, and press yourself up. Okay. So that's a nice beginning practice for getting some of that fire in your belly going. And we'll continue to build off of that in the coming days and weeks. I'll say namaste to you for right now. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Again, this practice could be done ideally in the morning, but you could also do it before you go to bed at night. And if you do it in the morning, you might want to try to do it before you actually eat your breakfast. Again, it's not very strenuous. But it will help to get your digestive juices going before you have your breakfast as recommended. But listen to your own body and do what feels right, okay? So have a good rest of the day. Again, namaste, and we'll see you next time.